tied 2-2 in that series and facing a pivotal swing Game 5 at home when LeBron straight up quit in this game, playing 41 minutes and scoring just 15 points on 3 of 14 shooters. Absolutely dismantled
3
on their
of 14,
home court, pushing them to the brink of a...
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope y'all are having a good day so far. So, I wanted to check in on Groovy. This might be the last time, unless you guys like really want me to do this again. But I figured this would be really fitting because the very first video I ever reacted to was the Last Choke documentary from SxADk, right? And now I see him. This is Groovy. He's reacting to the very same video, and I remember in detail just how brutal this video is. So I'm excited to see what his response is going to be, how he's going to react to this, and it should just be funny. So, anyways, you guys, as always, I'm going to link the original video down below in the description for you. So if you want to check out Groovy's channel or just watch his reaction without me, go right ahead. Everybody else, please leave this video a like. It helps out a ton. And without further ado, let's do it. I hit spacebar, nothing happened. Cool. Good start.
Groovy tapping in, man. Welcome back to another vid. The Last Choke, the LeBron James documentary event.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The one and only.
Ain't gonna lie, y'all been telling me to watch this video from SxADk. I think that's how you pronounce it, but y'all been spamming this in the comments, man. Just based off the title, I can already tell this is a LeBron hater. Let's see if my boy's speaking facts in this documentary, man. Y'all know how I feel, bro, about Bron.
Oh, no, he doesn't know SxADk yet. This is going to be brutal.
I be having mixed emotions about Bron, man, but, you know, he's still one of the legends, still one of the GOATs of the game, man, so we ain't going to discredit him for not being a good ball player, man. But, yeah, man, before we hop into it, though, like the video, comment down below any videos y'all want me to check out next, and last but not least, sub up, man.
Yeah, we're not going to discredit him like that, but we're going to be very clear. He doesn't belong in the conversation versus Michael Jordan.
And let's see what this man talking about. The Last Choke. Let's go, man.
On June 26, 2003, David Stern stepped to a podium at the theater at Madison Square Garden and made an announcement that would forever...
Y'all rocking with the draft day fit?
...at the theater at Madison Square Garden and made an announcement that would forever change the fabric of NBA history.
The Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
And for nearly 20 years since that fateful day, LeBron James has been delivering a non-stop assault on the NBA, from ushering in the era of the super team and destroying the competitive balance of the sport to...
I ain't gonna lie though, bruh. Bron was the one who started the whole super team thing. I think before LeBron, the NBA was more balanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, every team had at least 1 or 2 stars and just great role players. But since Bron went to South Beach and teamed up with D-Wade, Chris Bosh, you know what I'm saying? Like 3 all-stars, bro. That right there, when he went to South Beach and made that super team, bro, that was bad for the game. That was bad for the game. I would rather see 1 star or 2 stars max on a team and just straight role players and then everybody just going at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see 4 or 5 all-stars on the same team, bro. I don't want to watch that. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's not competitive at all. Like, you feel me? So when he did that, yeah, I feel where you're coming from.
Elevating.
Yeah, just on top of that, before LeBron before the Big Three in Miami, people like to point their fingers at the Boston Big Three. Completely different situation. Those were 3 older guys who were doing a last-ditch effort at the tail end of their career. Plus, that was created by the front office. That wasn't created by the players. The Miami situation was 3 people in their prime joining forces. And the majority of that was done behind the scenes by the players. And yeah, before that, we had way more balance. The team stacking thing wasn't a thing. The only time we'd see any sort of team stacking per se is when people are old. You know, like the Scottie Pippen, Charles Barkley in Houston thing. You know, they were all they were washed up at that point, ready to retire pretty much. So it was that their last ditch effort to be a part of something. But it was never before was it with three guys in their absolute prime, in their 20s, joining forces like this. Teams used to be like, you have your star, you're terrible enough for long enough where you get to draft a star, and then you build around that star. If there's ever a second star on that team, it's because it happened organically. Like you drafted for him or you traded for him. You know what I mean? It wasn't all this. It wasn't Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan, and Magic Johnson all saying, hey, let's team up. You know, if it happened, it happened back then.
The flopping game to unparalleled heights while begging officials to bail him out in series after heart.
Yo, that clip is crazy.
Series.
He threw a whole temper tantrum. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, this a grown ass man. Look at how he acting, bro.
The big man.
Flopping game.
That was crazy. I saw that live.
While begging officials to bail him out in series after heart.
He threw a whole temper tantrum.
Perhaps the biggest.
What makes it so much funnier is how giant LeBron is. To see how physically massive he is. And then to just know how emotionally small he is. You know, he just can't contain it.
But I ain't gonna lie too with the flopping thing too, bro. Bron Slick started that too.
Yeah, he did.
Like, come on, bro. Like, I see a lot of people doing that now, bro. I'm seeing Jalen Brunson doing that. I'm seeing Jokic doing that.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I'm seeing these new stars, bro. These new age superstars, bro. They're flopping. They're trying to get these calls. They're trying to manipulate the game. And to be honest, bro, Bron Slick started that. Like, I don't remember nobody else doing that.
The reason why it's hard to get mad at other people for flopping after LeBron showed him is because he basically set it up where it's like he's going to do it, so it's kind of cheating. He's cheating the game. And the league is allowing him to cheat. So that now the only way to possibly beat him is to cheat as well. And that's where it all gets ruined, man. A lot of people like to call out Vlade Divac. I do too, for kind of starting the idea of flopping. But it wasn't like this, man. Not even close to this. He would sell calls. And we hated that because selling calls was not cool in the 80s and the 90s. All right? We didn't do that. So how far detached from that mindset we've become because of LeBron? Selling calls is nothing now. We don't even like flinch at that. But now we have all-out flopping.
Staple of this all-time great's legendary career has been his ability to come up the smallest when the lights were at their brightest. And as is so often the case with most immortals, we are left almost in sheer disbelief, wondering if what we just saw really even happened. But following his most recent predictable high-profile choke
Look at that D.
in the Western Conference Final,
I think even if he got the shot off, I think he traveled anyways, because he didn't really get up in the air.
And predictable high-profile choke job in the Western Conference.
No, my bad. He got it.
Finals against the Denver Nuggets. It was this time LeBron's turn to step to a podium and wonder if after 20 years of delighting us with his hilarious failures, this might have been it.
I had a lot to think about, to be honest, and just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball. Got a lot to think about.
The end of the ride, his final show, the last choke.
Classic
SxADk has
SxADk.
been prolific
The
and
last
dazzling
choke.
with his ability to crumble in big moments. And it
Oh man, he needs to do a new one because it wasn't the last choke. There's so many to add to the list since this video was made.
Started at a very early age and stage of his NBA career, when in the 2006-2007 season, LeBron, in just his fourth NBA season, would make his first of 10 NBA Finals appearances.
Crazy.
And he would not disappoint. Many pundits in the mass media and his fan base often give him a pass for this loss because of his relative age and supporting cast, but many downplay how close this series actually was.
Hold on. I don't really know too much about this series. I do know Bron was young and he didn't really have nobody on his team. Just like he just said. That's all I know. But let's see what he's talking about, because he said the series was, the games were close. So let's see.
The Cavs' defense was fantastic that season and postseason.
Yeah, it was.
And it held the Spurs to just 86 points per game on 44% shooting from the field throughout the series. And 2 of these games were a 1-possession margin. Yet the Cavaliers would ultimately be swept in this series behind the young king.
Damn, I did not know that, bro. In these 2 games, it was hella close.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, what was the Cavs' regular season record that year? They were killing it. They were killing it for a couple of years in a row there. They were great in the regular season. Their leader's a playoff choker named LeBron. Anybody who can do that for me, just put it in the comments for everyone to see. What was the regular season record for the Cleveland Cavaliers this year? I appreciate y'all.
So maybe his supporting cast wasn't that. Maybe all Bron had to do was just step his offensive game up.
Yep. That's really what it was.
But then again, though, I'm not trying to give him no excuses or anything. But if he's the only person on the team scoring for the Spurs, it's easier to defend. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to defend somebody like that if he's literally the only scorer on the team, bro. Like, you feel me? But I mean, you gotta take over and win games like this, bro. You gotta will your team to a win, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get to the free throw line, like. You got to make the referees call something. You feel what I'm saying? These games are close, as you can see.
Throughout the series. And 2 of these games...
And I'm going to be completely real with Groovy here. I would, even with peak performance from LeBron, I'd probably still take San Antonio in this series. They're just a great team. However, LeBron should have come away with like 1 or 2 victories. The Cavs should have won 1 or 2 games. Made it competitive. That's all. So to go out like this was embarrassing.
For a 1-possession margin. Yet the Cavaliers would ultimately be swept in this series behind the young king.
Wow. Yeah, it shouldn't have been a sweep. That's where it's like, okay, yeah, you choked,
Averaging just 22 points per game in the 4-game sweep on 35.
And before I hear you guys talk about the 86 Celtics sweeping the Bulls, come on now. Different scenario. Those Bulls were young whippersnappers. They didn't even have Jordan that entire season. Get out of here with that nonsense. They were 5 years before becoming any kind of a solid team whatsoever. This is a team that went to the freaking NBA Finals and had a great regular season. Complete night and day scenario. I don't want to see it in the comments. Cut it out. Get some help.
But 2 years later, in the 2008-2009 season, LeBron would be named MVP of the league for the first time in his career, while leading the Cleveland Cavaliers to the best record in the NBA, a gaudy 66-16 record.
There it is.
Steamrolled through the first 2 rounds of the NBA.
66 wins. 66 wins. And the most of all time is 73. This was not a crappy team. I'm glad I saw that because I remember they were killing people in the regular season.
Playoffs, sweeping the Detroit Pistons and the Atlanta Hawks. A high-profile showdown between the actual best player in the NBA at that time, Kobe Bryant, and the media's king, LeBron James, seemed to be all but imminent.
LeBron,
the
Kobe
only
finals?
thing standing in MVP LeBron's path was an Orlando Magic team led by 23-year-old Dwight Howard. Of course, we all know how that ended up.
Yeah, man. Groovy, because you don't know. It was all lined up for Kobe versus LeBron, but LeBron didn't want to do that without a super team. Now, did he? Nope. So he intentionally avoided that series by losing to the Magic and then ran over to South Beach to form that super team. Because the only way he was going to try to take down Kobe or have a chance of taking down a real great like this was with a lot of help. And that's exactly what he did.
Kobe Bryant winning his 4th title after beating the Orlando Magic 4-1 in those finals. But LeBron would return next year in the 2009-2010 season, looking for vengeance, and he would defend his regular season MVP award, again leading the Cleveland Cavaliers to the best record in the NBA. And after a gentleman's sweep of the Bulls in the first round, he would come up against the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference semifinals. And the Cavs found themselves in a dogfight, tied 2-2 in that series and facing a pivotal swing Game 5 at home when LeBron straight up quit in this game, playing 41 minutes and scoring just 15 points on 3 of 14 shootouts. Absolutely dismantled
3
on their
of
home
14.
court, pushing them to the brink of elimination in Game 6. And of course, we all know how that one ended too, with
Tony
Kobe
Allen?
Bryant winning his
I forgot he was on
title
that team.
after beating the Celtics.
Yo, Tony Allen was a hell of a defender, man.
In 7. But this series broke LeBron James, and in turn, he would go on to break the NBA.
South Beach.
Back-to-back league MVP, being falsely touted by many as the best player in the NBA, would decide to get on his hands and knees and crawl his ass to Dwayne Wade's team.
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
2.
I mean, okay. I feel like a lot of people have a hard time just accepting who people are. I've noticed it with James Harden too. Every regular season, James Harden's playing great. Everyone has high hopes for whatever team he's on in the playoffs. First round exit. Why? Look at James Harden's Game 7 stats. I think he took maybe 10 or 11 shots. He didn't even care. They don't even care. You know, he's just a playoff choker. It's who he is. Yet next year he's going to be good in the regular season again, and everyone's going to say like, "Oh, watch out for Harden in the playoffs." Why do we do this? LeBron is the same. At this point in his career, right where we're at right now, where he goes to Miami, I feel like we all should have known. I knew. Why was he going to Miami? Because he chokes on his own. So when he chokes, he needs help. He needs some people to hold the building up so they can possibly have a chance at winning, which we saw. It was still only 50% odds that they win, even with the deck stacked. But why are people still trying to pretend like he's not a choker? He's been the most obvious playoff choker we've ever seen. And it's still happening to this day, first round exit.
5 players in the sport joining forces in their prime in a weekend conference, who then recruited Chris Bosh. Bosh, at the time, of course, had played
Toronto.
7 years in Toronto and made 6 All-Star appearances over that time, and had a career average of 20 points and 10 rebounds per game. That team was so unfairly stacked, so unbeatable. A then ringless king felt so confident he would proclaim that he and the Heat would win not just a championship, but
1,
not 2,
not 3,
Not
not
4,
4,
not
not
5, not 6, not 7, not 8. No, you're going to lose 10. No, you're going to lose 6. My bad.
year in the 2011 NBA Finals.
Or maybe he's counting how many times he gets eliminated in the first round by the end of his career.
Tour de force of choking. LeBron's magnum opus choke job, his grand masterpiece. The Heat rolled through the Eastern Conference with a...
I'm sorry, guys. It's starting to get him. He's like, oh, shit. You can't. Scap did such a good job on this video that there's no rebuttal for this. You can't clap back to this video. Like, how can you?
12-3 record and had a 2-1 lead in the NBA Finals against a severely undermanned Dallas Mavericks team with only 1 All-Star. Looking to take a stranglehold in the finals and move just 1 step away from capturing his first NBA title, LeBron took a hot, steamy dump in his pants, playing 35 minutes and scoring just 8 points.
There it is. There it is.
Say you swear to God.
Yeah. Do what I did.
He only scored 8 points.
Yep.
5
Rewind
minutes
it.
and scoring just
then pause
8
it.
points.
Oh,
That's exactly what I did.
God.
Guys, I still have an image of this because I think I originally used this as the thumbnail. This is bringing back some good memories. This is my first video I ever reacted to right here. 3 for 11, 8 points. Yes, sir. Digest it. Oof.
I did not know that.
How was it I said digested and then he made the poop sound right afterwards? Is this the real life?
Damn, Bron, you shit your pants, gang.
Yep. Again. Mama, I let poop again.
Bron went from not 1,
Mama.
not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, to losing.
Oh, yeah. No, not 6, not 7. 8 points.
to the Dallas Mavericks, they weren't even stacked for real. They had great role players and one superstar, and Dirk Nowitzki, bro.
They were all older. The majority of the players were older, and they just united. You know, kind of like that thing I was talking about earlier. Difference between a super team and, you know, people just joining forces when they're old. That's what it was.
To be honest, bro, that was probably one of the most impressive championship runs in NBA history.
Agreed.
Bro. And then he had players like Jason Kidd, like he was damn near washed. Jason Terry, JJ Barea, Sean Marion, Tyson Chandler, like these are great role players, but the fact that they beat that stacked Miami Heat team is crazy. But Bron, you 8 points, 3 for 11, bro. Like that's crazy.
He hurt the team. Yeah, 1 star beat 3 stars
in the finals, bro. You got to be more assertive, too. 11 field goals, like, come on, bro.
On 3 for 11 shooting, including 0 points in the fourth quarter.
I hate to say it, Jimmy Butler in his last game as a last game for the Warriors this season in the playoffs, he shot, I believe, 11 shots as well. I don't believe in Jimmy anymore, guys. I started getting influenced by everyone saying, I told you Jimmy's going to be great in Golden State. Well, guess what? I don't know. Maybe as a number 2, maybe he can continue playing that support role. But he don't got it in the playoffs, man. Playoff Jimmy's not a real thing, in my opinion, because he goes so passive in the crucial games. He refuses to take a damn shot. When you're the guy, Steph Curry's out, you're the leader, everyone's looking to you for the win. You shoot the ball 11 freaking times, and James Harden did it. We've seen LeBron do it right here. Get out of here with this nonsense. Go out shooting 30 shots. You know, unless you won shooting only 11, then I'd be like, okay, apparently it worked. But when it's not working and you're down the whole game, you got to shoot, man. You're that guy. You're supposed to be that guy.
Of a game.
No points in the fourth quarter?
Oh, let's back that up.
Come on, bro.
On 3 for 11 shooting, including 0 points in the fourth quarter of a game.
No points in the fourth quarter?
With 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Sir.
From on the doorstep of taking a decisive 3-1 series lead to
just like he did this year. He did the same thing this year.
Not winning another game the rest of the way. The Heat would go on to lose that series 4-2, and LeBron was the 3rd leading scorer on his own team and 5th leading scorer in the series. A reigning back-to-back 2-time league MVP in his 8th season got outscored and outshot by 33-year-old Jason Terry in this series. As bad as the 17 points per game.
That guy's my hero.
For the series may look, it pales in comparison to how pathetic he was in the fourth quarter, scoring just 18 points total in the 6 fourth quarters of the series.
Yeah, that's 3 points a game in the fourth quarter average.
Even that doesn't seem so bad when you dig deeper into his clutch time play throughout this series, meaning in the final 5 minutes of games within 5 points or less. In these such situations, LeBron scored exactly 0 points.
0.0.
After finally breaking through the champion.
That's it. It's over. It's over. There it is. Yep.
Glass ceiling the next 2 seasons with his unbeatable super teams. 2 years later, LeBron would be up to his old tricks again, back in the NBA Finals and getting humiliated, blown off of the court by the San Antonio Spurs in 5 games.
It's so funny. I always pose the question: what era did LeBron dominate? Right? Because if you're going to call yourself the greatest of all time, you at least have to dominate the era that you're playing, right? LeBron's been playing so long, he's played in 2 eras. He's working on his 3rd one. When did he dominate? Because the way I see it, Tim Duncan dominated him in his first chapter. Second chapter, Steph Curry has massively dominated him 3-1. And now he's just getting bullied around by everyone. By Jokic, by Ant. So when has LeBron been dominant? And if he hasn't been dominant in any era in which he played, how can we compare him to the past greats if he's not even the greatest among the current time? Just some food for thought.
signaling the end of LeBron's tenure in Miami, only 5 championships short of his prediction. It was off to bigger and better things. Back in Cleveland, with a shiny new super team to try to ring stack with. Everything was going according to form as the self-proclaimed king hit the game-winning, series-clinching shot in Game 7 against the Warriors.
No, it was Kyrie.
Oh, dude, I just watched that movie, some of it with a buddy of mine the other night. We were very intoxicated.
No,
That Veronica Vaughn is one fine piece of ace.
Kyrie
That
saved
was
them,
Kyrie
bro.
Irving. But LeBron did finally get his 3rd ring, and it was all for Cleveland.
Cleveland! This is for you!
Well, no, it wasn't.
That one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
But it seemed like the championship window was
That comment
wide
be
open
killing
for
him,
LeBron with his latest super team until Kevin Durant and Steph Curry slammed it shut using the same playbook.
Yeah.
Once again, just like the flopping, the same thing happened with super teams. LeBron showed that this is okay. We're going to cheat the game. What's everybody else going to do? They're going to be like, fine, we're going to cheat the game too so we can fight you guys. It all has a domino effect, but it all has an origin point.
NBA destroying King scripted years earlier.
Yeah.
And thus, it was time to find something else. And he found it in LA. Well, actually, it was more like in Orlando, where he managed to win the flukiest ring in NBA history.
Hey, man, he said the flukiest ring, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Do y'all count that bubble ring, bro, in the comments? Y'all let me know, bro. Fluky, like, that's probably a good word to describe it. Like, fluky is, like, no fans in the crowd. Yeah. Like, you got the people on the screen.
Yeah.
Via Zoom. Like,
that was so weird.
That ring was kind of like a fluke, but I mean, I guess I'm gonna count it. Like, but damn.
In the Disney.
I mean, considering what happened the next year with the Lakers, it's very easy to call it a fluke. Do I count the bubble ring? I mean, personally, no, but the record books do, so I have to honor it. And it sucks. Me, like, if I'm thinking, like, was that a real championship? Like, no way, not even close. No way. No way at all.
Bubble behind Anthony Davis, who led the NBA playoffs that year in points scored and played masterful defense. And it looked like in year 20, at the age of 38, it was all coming together one final time. One more magical garbage championship for the King as they went all the way from out of the playoffs with less than 2 weeks remaining in the regular season to steamrolling their way into the Western Conference Finals behind Anthony Davis and a myriad of big contributions from a number of Lakers role players. The Lakers had everything they could possibly ask for in this series, with Anthony Davis playing elite, league best type defense while averaging 27 points and 14 rebounds per game. Austin Reeves contributing 21 points per game on 55% shooting. And Rui Hachimura coming off the bench to add great defense of his own, along with 15 points per game on 53% shooting.
I've been saying it for years now, especially when AD was on the team. They don't need LeBron. They're better off without LeBron. They really are, especially with all the money that he's getting paid. Free that up for some free agents out there. Like, they had a stacked team, man. And Reeves, the ball should have been in his hands. 2-man game between him and AD. You know, Hachi shooting threes and all that. Like, they had it, man. They had it.
The Lakers.
But LeBron was getting in the way, hogging the ball.
Squarely
They had a squad.
within every game in this series, as all 4 games were within one possession late in the 4th quarter, with LeBron ball in hand at multiple moments throughout the series, clanking the game-time 3 with 45 seconds left in game 1,
sir.
blowing this layup that would have made it a 2-point game with 30 seconds left in game 2, and this
What the hell is that?
Wide open layup?
that would have made it a 2-point game with 30 seconds left in game 2.
Oh, he was scared of the block. That's why. That's why, you guys. I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying he got scared.
That would have made it a 2-point game with 30 seconds left.
There. Yeah, so he that wasn't a natural reverse layup anymore. And he's probably doing a little bit of flopping too.
In game
Actually, he didn't. Holy crap, LeBron didn't flop there.
And this hilarious
shit,
travel
son.
that of course went uncalled, followed by an epic brick that didn't
Bro,
even
what
touch
the
the
hell?
rim that could have tied game 4 with just under 30
selling,
seconds
bro.
left in the game.
Yo, does
But
Groovy have a soundboard with the fart sound now?
with only 4 seconds left and the Lakers down
a
by
stream
2,
deck?
LeBron got one more opportunity to extend the game and the series. He would not disappoint.
James on the drive, goes inside, stop, jump, block, gets it back. It's over.
Overall for the series,
Sweep.
LeBron shot 7 of 23
Oh my
for just
God.
That's pretty good for LeBron.
LeBron, not clutch at all.
No, that's good for him.
First of all, bro, you had AD going crazy. Feed AD the ball.
Yeah, just give him the
I
damn
know
ball.
LeBron had main character syndrome or something right here, bro. But you got to kick that out to AD, bro. Like, for real, bro. And then it's not like you need a 3. You just need a 2. Let AD go to work in the low post, get you a 2. Like, draw a foul or something. He's a great...
Good point. Good point, Groovy. Look how dumb this is. What's AD doing over at the 3-point line while LeBron is doing this? That should have been a feed the big man moment, man. LeBron's a pass first guy anyways, right? That's what the narrative says.
Great free throw shooter, bro. Get a ball to AD, bro.
Yep.
That's another thing, too, though, bro. I feel like the Lakers, they wanted Bron to be the #1 option so bad when he really wasn't.
No,
He wasn't.
He wasn't.
He was really the 2. The second option.
Should have been.
You feel me? AD was the main guy on this squad, bro. I feel like he should have got the most touches, bro. Especially in these clutch moments right here, bro. Give AD the ball, bro. Like, come on, bro. Look at this. It's 2 people.
Goes inside, stop, just
Yeah,
block.
I can only imagine if like Michael Jordan got young Shaq on his team in like the mid 90s. I don't think Jordan would be caring too much about being the man at that point. If he had a big guy like Shaq down there, he'd be feeding Shaq until Shaq was full, and then Jordan would eat. As long as they were winning, he wouldn't care. But yeah, LeBron does have that main character syndrome. It happened in Miami. It happened in Cleveland the second time around. It scared AD away. Well, you know how that went down. It kept AD not appreciated. And now the same thing's happening with Luka. Because Luka's not enough help for LeBron now. You know what I mean? Just like AD wasn't. It shouldn't be AD helping LeBron, Luka helping LeBron. It should be the other way around now.
People on you.
It's over. It's over.
Overall for the series, LeBron shot 7 of 23 for
Like,
just
that's bad.
30% in the fourth quarter.
That's good for
where
him.
Every quarter was close. And the overall net margin of differential was only 24 points for the Nuggets. If only the Lakers had a viable option in clutch time.
they choked.
With the future all of a sudden uncertain, it remains to be seen if this is truly the last moment we will see of LeBron on an NBA court, or
I
if
wish.
possibly he will recruit another Hall of Famer
yeah.
or two to amass yet another super team this offseason. But if this was truly the last time we see LeBron, he went out doing what he does best and delighting us all one final time.
Damn.
I wish that was 2 chokes ago.
Good video right there, man. The last choke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all, man. Everything in this video is true. LeBron slick messed up the league, bro, in a lot of different ways. One with the super teams, bro. Like, that was a weak move. He couldn't figure it out in Cleveland the first time. And then he went to South Beach and teamed up with 2 other All-Stars. And then he underachieved at that. You feel me? And D-Wade won a ring without LeBron.
Yes, sir.
LeBron ain't won a ring until he teamed up with D-Wade and Bosh.
Yeah.
Second reason why he slick messed up the league was with all the flopping and stuff, bro. Going back and forth with the refs about calls, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of that, bro, like, that kind of messed up the league, bro. Especially with the flopping, bro. I hate when players flop for calls.
And now flopping's in freaking NBA 2K.
A lot of people in the younger generation doing that, bro. And I don't like it, bro. And 3, he was right. LeBron is not clutch at all, bro. All those stats that he showed on the screen, man, was horrendous. LeBron got to be able to kick it out, man. Feed his teammates, man, especially like AD, bro. Like, come on, bro. AD was eating. Feed him,
right?
Got to cut out all that main character syndrome, bro. Put the pride to the side, bro. Let AD eat. Not gonna lie, man. Everything in this video is true. I don't disagree with anything. If y'all like the reaction, man, hit the like button, man. Comment down below any videos y'all want me to check out next. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel if you new. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the
There it is. There it is. Hey, props to Groovy. He's really not. He's resisting that natural instinct of his to defend LeBron now, and he's gotten to a point where he's just kind of accepting that, you know, his old hero is not who he thought he was. Rough time, but I do applaud him for going on this journey and not running away from it. You know what I mean? Because he could have just easily doubled down and just avoided all of this stuff, but instead he's actually digesting all this material. And this SxADk video, man, this is this one's legendary to me. Like, this really just put it all out there and gave the whole timeline and just presented it in a way where you cannot deny it. And you see even Groovy's here saying, yeah, I can't say anything about it. It's all true. It all happened. It is what it is. Well, guys, now it's up to you. In the comments, I want you to please let me know, should I end the journey with Groovy here, or should I continue to check in on him from time to time? I gotta admit, like, I actually really do enjoy reacting to these Groovy videos, but you know, I don't want to do it too often. But you guys let me know. You know, you're the ones watching. Do you want me to do this more often? And if you do, I guess shoot a couple of recommendations of ones you'd want me to watch. And as always, shoot me any other recommendations you want outside of Groovy's videos. Guys, I'm gonna head out for now. I appreciate you all watching and hanging out. It's always a good time. I'll see you in the comments. Like the video if you haven't done it, I'd appreciate it. Subscribe if you want more content like this. And most importantly, be water, my friends. Jamal Murray made a shot.